The rain had already soaked the streets when a single sentence stopped him cold, heavier than the storm itself, a sentence that would follow him for the rest of his life and change everything he believed about fate, kindness, and family. A frail young girl stood under a flickering streetlight, shoes torn, eyes hollow with fear and hope tangled together, and with a trembling voice she asked a question that felt like it came from somewhere deeper than desperation, something closer to a final prayer, asking if she could come home with him, asking a stranger to be her safe place when the world had given her none. Before the story unfolds any further, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the quiet power of human connection, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from, because stories like this connect hearts across the world. Daniel Carter had learned long ago how to survive with very little. Life had taken his wife in a sudden accident 3 years earlier, leaving him alone with a small rented house, overdue bills, and an 8-year-old son named Ethan who still waited by the window every evening, half believing his mother might walk back through the door. Daniel worked long shifts at a warehouse, his hands rough, his back aching, his heart constantly torn between exhaustion and the need to stay strong for his child. Every day was a careful calculation of what could be skipped and what could not, groceries stretched thin, electricity bills delayed, dreams quietly buried. He was not a hero, not a savior, just a tired father trying not to fail the one person who still depended on him. That night, Daniel had stopped at the corner store to buy bread and milk with the last cash in his pocket. As he stepped back into the rain, he noticed the girl sitting on the curb, hugging her knees, shivering not just from the cold but from something far deeper. Her name, he would later learn, was Lily Harper, and she was only 19, though life had carved years of pain into her face. She had run from an abusive home, bounced between shelters that were already full, and spent the last 2 nights sleeping wherever the city allowed her to disappear. She had watched people pass her by all day, their eyes sliding away as if her suffering might be contagious. When she looked up at Daniel, she did not see wealth or power. She saw tired eyes that still held warmth, hands that looked like they knew honest work, and a man whose presence felt safe in a way she could not explain. Asking to come home with him was not a plan, it was an instinct born from fear and fading hope. For Daniel, the moment stretched painfully long. His mind raced with every warning he had ever heard, every risk he could not afford, every reason to walk away. He thought of Ethan at home, alone with a neighbor watching him, trusting his father to always choose wisely. What Daniel did next was not driven by logic, but by memory. He remembered the night after his wife died, when a stranger had sat beside him in the hospital hallway, said nothing, and simply stayed until morning. He remembered how that small act had kept him from breaking completely. Standing there in the rain, he realized that sometimes the most dangerous thing is not opening your door, but closing your heart forever. Daniel took Lily to his modest home, setting clear boundaries, offering a couch, a warm meal, and something she had not felt in years, safety without expectation. Lily cried quietly as she ate, tears falling into the soup he had stretched to feed 3 people. Ethan watched her with wide eyes, curious but gentle, offering her his favorite blanket without being asked. That simple kindness shattered what little armor Lily had left. For the first time since she ran away, she slept without fear. The days that followed were not magically easy. Daniel struggled with doubt, fear of judgment, and the weight of responsibility he never planned to carry. Lily struggled with nightmares, shame, and the belief that she did not deserve help. There were moments when it all felt too heavy, when Daniel wondered if kindness had pushed him beyond his limits. But slowly, something extraordinary began to happen. Lily helped around the house, found part-time work at a cafe, and started saving every dollar. Ethan began laughing more, the house filling with a warmth that had been missing since his mother passed. As weeks turned into months, Lily shared her past, the abuse, the silence, the nights she thought she would not survive. Daniel shared his grief, his fears of raising a child alone, his constant worry of not being enough. They did not heal each other with grand gestures, but with consistency, honesty, and the courage to stay when it was easier to leave. Lily enrolled in night classes, determined to build a future that no one could take from her again. Daniel, watching her grow stronger, realized that helping her had also saved him from drowning in his own loneliness. The true test came when Lily was offered a chance to move into a small shared apartment through a support program. It was everything she had hoped for, yet the thought of leaving filled her with unexpected pain. This house had become her first real home, the first place she felt seen and valued. Daniel felt it too, the quiet ache of knowing that kindness sometimes means letting go. On her last night there, the three of them sat together, sharing a simple meal, laughter mixed with tears. Lily understood then that coming home was never about a building, but about the people who open their hearts without knowing how the story will end. Daniel understood that family is not always born, sometimes it is chosen in moments of courage. Before this story ends, if this journey has touched your heart in any way, please pause for a moment and comment below with a red heart or share what this story made you feel, because your words might reach someone who needs hope today. When Lily left the next morning, she did not walk away broken anymore. She walked forward with confidence, carrying the strength she had rebuilt piece by piece. Daniel watched from the doorway, Ethan's hand in his, knowing that one rainy night, one brave question, and one compassionate answer had changed all their lives forever. And if this story moved you, inspired you, or reminded you of the power of kindness, please like the video, share it with others, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments, because sometimes the smallest acts of humanity create the greatest transformations.